Hey guys, it's Mike Cotter here, and I just wanted to do a short video demonstration of how I was able to improve an older culminating assignment in my proofreading class by using some of the pedagogies and perspectives of a connected classroom that we've learned. So this is what my previous final assignment looked like in this course, and what it would do is ask students to find grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes and proofreading errors in this document, and that didn't really connect them to a deeper understanding of grammar. What I was finding was students weren't remembering this after the assignment, and this is sort of a one-off assignment that didn't allow students to knowledge build. So with that in mind and everything we've learned in the Connected Classroom course, I developed a new culminating project that I want to use called Sticklers of the World Unite. So the first part of this assignment asks students to find 5 proofreading errors in their own communities and environments. So I'm going to pretend to be the student as we go along and try and find 5 proofreading errors in my own community. So I'd like to invite you to come along with me. So I thought the best place to find mistakes would be a bookstore. So I went to Bloor and Young at the Indigo there and checked out a Twilight book and saw the word in one of the pages, handsomer. Which should be more handsome. That's how you'd fix that mistake. And it's all about the Gregg reference rule 1071 that says 2-syllable adjectives shouldn't have an ER at the end of them. So the next mistake I found was at the Walmart near my work at the Scarborough Town Center, and the mistake is that the apostrophe in the TVs shouldn't be there. It's TVs plural. So you should remove the apostrophe S, and that is in accordance with Gregg reference rule number 622. So my next mistake I caught at 6 Rosebank Drive coming from hockey, and I just noticed this sign, and I thought I caught unauthorized there, but there's a lot of other mistakes as well. And to fix unauthorized, you'd have to look up rules 701 to 718 in the Gregg reference, just commonly misspelled words, and unauthorized is one of them. But the author of the sign also made a typo with away and also put expensive when they should have used expense. So this is a sign I walk by every day because it's right in front of my work at Centennial College, and you'll notice something at the bottom. Motorcycle is supposed to be one word, not two. So it's at Centennial College. It's a compound noun error. And how to fix that, we just join the 2 words, and that is in Gregg reference rule 801, which talks about compound nouns. But Centennial College shouldn't feel bad because I went to a hockey game, the Harvard men's hockey game in Boston, and I noticed they print off tickets with a grammar error on it as well. There should be an apostrophe after the N in Harvard's men's hockey. So, and this is how you fix it, and is in Gregg reference rule 633. So now we have the technology part of this assignment, and that's actually 2 parts of this assignment. There's 2 types of technology that students are going to use. The first one is the Microsoft Office 365, and we're going to take advantage of the group feature, and that allows students to create a group, and you can start a conversation, so you can talk about what you found, you can share the files and pictures with a group, and you can also, I didn't mention this, but you could schedule calendar meetings or something like that if you want to. It's sort of like what you do in a business setting, and that's sort of the added advantage that Microsoft Office 365 has over social media, is that it's more geared towards an office setting, and some of the correspondence is more similar to an office setting and a professional setting than social media like Facebook or Instagram would be. So here's a great example of why collaboration would work well in this assignment, and that's because let's say someone snapped a picture of this and said, I've got this possessive error, David C should have an apostrophe in it as showing ownership. And then someone in the group say, okay, let me just check on that, and then realize that there's also a rule in the Gregg reference manual, the textbook they use, in Rule 640C that says you can't apply proofreading mistakes to names of companies or organizations. So, if I decided my name is Mike, but I want to spell it with a capital Q at the end, you can't really make fun of me. Well, the same thing happens with organizations. If they choose to use an apostrophe in their name or they don't, that's up to them, and you can't really criticize that. So that might be a way for students to revise their work and also just verify that they've got a strong example and an accurate example in this assignment. So the next part of this assignment, which is a little bit scary for me because I don't always give up control to the students. Sometimes I take control and like to guide them, but I thought I'd try something different this time and give them the choice of technology they want to use to share their product at the end. So they could use a YouTube video to present their findings, or they could do a social media page, like a Facebook page, or they could create a web page as well. And then they could also, with those three, or anything they can come up with, there are some things like that that track how many users they've reached. So something like this is 119 pages per week, or unique visitors per week, something like that. YouTube also has views, and Facebook also has views and likes as well. So students should share their final project on that, and then also share how many likes or views they've got on it as well, and to see if they can reach a larger audience outside of our classroom. So the final thing students would have to do is come up with a 300 word response to the question, why is proofreading important and how is it relevant? So students can give their own thoughts on this based on what they learned in the project, and they should also be able to relate one of the pictures they found to their answer. So for me, I would think that I would add my own response. I guess if I was a student, I would probably use the pictures and, the one from Stephenie Meyers in the Twilight novel, and also the one from Centennial College and Harvard as well, and just say, does that say anything about the brand, and maybe talk about why brand is important, and maybe that's why it's important not to make mistakes in your resume. So for me, it would be, why is proofreading important? Because it can get you a job, and it sort of says a lot about you if you take care to proofread your own work. So anyways, that's a very simplified version of the final part, but I would ask students to put in a 300-word response and use some examples from what their group found. So that's pretty much it for this project. So that's it for this project and the student perspective. And if you want to know more about this assignment, you could check out the link below. And if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. And I'd love some feedback on if there's any changes I could make or improvements I could make to this assignment. I'd love to hear your feedback. So thanks for watching, and take care.